Okay, we're going to make this really short here. It's a very good essay, so there's not a lot to say because there's not very many mistakes. This question, some people believe that nowadays we have too much choice. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Background on this question. Of course, you'll never see this exact question in the test, but the mistake that many people make, uh, half the people who attempt this question that I've seen, and that would be about, maybe like, well, not half, more than half. I'm trying to think. Maybe about 5 people, 4 of them, made the mistake of misunderstanding what too much choice means. By definition, too much means that it's bad. It's more than we want. Okay? So nowadays, we have more choices than we want or are good for us. The question is not asking, and this is what most people answer, it's not asking you, do we have a lot of choices? Are there a great many choices today? It is also not asking the question, where did all these choices come from? Why do we have too many choices nowadays? No, it's basically asking you, is a lot of choices a good thing or a bad thing? Nowadays, we have a lot of choices. Is this a positive or negative development? I know that's not what it says, but that's what it means. That's what too much. In this case, the point is that we have a great deal of choices is a negative development. To what extent do you agree or disagree? That's what too means. Too. Okay. Okay, well, good. I mean, even something simple like this, many to much, much choice, too many choices, that is paraphrasing, and that's effective. I'm sitting on my squeaky chair tonight, in case you couldn't tell by the noise. Back, front. All right, yeah. Okay. This essay will discuss as to why. I strongly agree that we have a huge number of options available. When I read that, I went, aha. There's another person who has misunderstood the question because you strongly agree that we have a huge number of options. Well, yes, that's what I mean. But there's nothing here about that being a bad thing or a good thing. So, and again, that would reduce your even however good the rest of it is. If you answer a different question than what they're asking, your task response will be very low. As low as a 4 for me giving a tangential, means off at an angle, a tangent. To begin, not a good connector, not here. It would be nice, it would be okay in like spoken English if you were giving a speech, but in academic English, I mean, to begin with, isn't that much better. But I like it when the BP1 connects to the introduction. Okay, this essay will discuss as to why I strongly agree that we have a huge number of options available. Okay. Now, how can we work that into this sentence? Well, it's not really suited for that, and I don't want to waste too much time. So I believe it. Having a large number of choices can be attributed to an increasing competition amongst various manufacturers around the globe. Okay, this usually we want the topic sentence, and I sure hope that's not the topic of this paragraph, because it doesn't answer the question. We're not asking what's it attributed to. And various manufacturers around the globe. Why did I put that blue? Huh. It's not. Oh, I know, because later on I found out you didn't mention anything about this later on. As the competition increases, companies. Yeah, here's a small little grammar error. You don't need a comma there to make their products stand out. That doesn't make any sense. If you offer additional options, how does more options make things stand out? However, availability is a noun. Multitude or options is a noun. So we need the availability of, we need a the there. Presents a dilemma for people. for many people, most people, as they have to choose the right one from so many. How about just a good one? Okay. I like the attempt there, but elongate means to make longer, but not in time. We don't use it with time. As they have to thoroughly analyze and compare. They don't have to. And as often they thoroughly analyze. There's no have to. Take clothes, for example. Okay, this should be good. All right. If customers have to select from multiple brands, it would take them significantly larger. Do you thoroughly analyze and compare each option when you buy clothes? No, you don't. So I'm glad that you're using an example. You're supposed to, but the example needs to refer to what immediately came before it. And I'm going to analyze the options on this shirt. At a glance, just by looking at it, I can tell you if I like it or I don't. I might tug at the seams a little bit. Significantly large. Not good collocation. I would say take them a significant amount of time or a large amount of time, but not significantly large. Their selection, okay. My shirt is really fast. Look at it go. Would be if there were, lesser. No, fewer. We use lesser with uncountable nouns, fewer with countable. In addition to this, be careful with pronouns after a paragraph, kind of like a paragraph pretty much resets all pronouns or all referencing. So, okay. So in addition to the time-consuming aspect of, in addition to this, as the world is transformed into a global village, the popularity of Western items has increased quite remarkably. Okay, is that a topic sentence? I sure hope not. As a result, renowned brands have their franchises located in every metropolitan city, providing customers options in addition to the locally manufactured items already available. Okay, you want to be careful about being too culturally biased in your answer. Western items. What does that mean? European. Well, we've got a lot of, I don't know about in what country you're from, but it's in this area. I'm in Myanmar, and there's some Japanese and Korean brands that are quite popular that people choose. They're not Western. Okay, how about international? I like locally manufactured items. That's good. But hey, I like it that you took the chance of starting a sentence with but. That is very common for a native English speaker, but a lot of people taking the IELTS would think, oh, you can't start a sentence with but. No. Yeah, you can, and go for it. Why not? Okay, economic burden on the customer. Now, economic burden does collocate, but what does it mean? It means a long-term commitment. Like, a long-term, it means being poor. It means something that, I took out student loans when I went to college. $15,000. That was an economic burden. Buying a few extra shirts is not. And consumers is a plural noun talking in general, so we use the. Can you hear the dogs on my street? I really can't. This is recently that the dogs outside have just turned into this hell. They're attacking. Anyway, this is because the presence of a large number of objects can instill a tendency among people to purchase things, which they actually do not need. Okay, we don't need the comma there because you're defining the things. I think. All right. This would not only cause a dent in their savings, but buyers would also end up with unwanted items in their possession. Okay. Economic burden, a dent to their savings. Those are very different things. One's a little thing and one's a big thing. Unwind items. For example, when people visit supermarkets, they tend to produce items which are not on their shopping list. Supermarkets is one word. I think shopping list is two words. All right. Primarily, don't need a comma because there are so many attractive products on display. Okay. So they buy things they don't need because they're attractive, not because there are so many. It and my little green here, you have very good sentence structure, which I think a lot of it is memorized, but they won't fault you for that. You have very good use of all kinds of different grammar structures, a lot of variety of complex sentences. Could be, it could be an 8. One thing I don't see much of is a conditional. Oh, wait. If customers have to select from multiple brands, it will. Oh, here's a mistake. Yeah, yes. If customers had to, then that would be would. Okay, so you have a conditional in there, but it's incorrect. Same thing here. When people visit supermarkets, okay, when people visit supermarkets, they will purchase items which are not on their shopping list, primarily because this is another major drawback to having too many choices. Well, okay, too many means it's a drawback. Okay, so I don't get, I'm not convinced from this paragraph that, well, yeah, okay. To conclude, yes, having many choices has major downsides, not too many, because two by definition is a negative thing. Associated with slows down our decision making. You showed that. That was pretty good. It compels us to purchase things we do not need. I'm not convinced of that. Well supported, not so well supported. But given the very good complex grammar, just a few mistakes, that's definitely above 7. Yeah, 7 or 8. And some slips in terms of your language, elongate, significantly large, lesser. That's more of a grammar thing. And it flows, so you got real high bands and everything. Task response might take a big hit though, because of the sort of these things like what's causing it, and then this stuff about as a result that we don't care why there are too many choices. You're going to show me that a lot of choices, which by the way, most people think having a lot of choices is a good thing. You have to disprove that, which you partially did. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the free comment, not much correction, but comment on your essay. See if I can upload this before the power on my laptop goes away, because here in Yangon there is no electrical power tonight.